Hi, friends. How's everybody doing? I am trying to get a hold of Katie because she is supposed to be running the show tonight, but I haven't heard from her. So I'm trying to text her right now. So forgive me for a little pause in the setup here. Um, how's everybody's start to the new year? Happy New Year to you all. I think I've probably talked to most of you already with my sprints on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, but sorry, I have a problem texting and talking at the same time. To, like fingers crossed. There we go. Okay. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Has anybody finished any books yet for the year? I finished Ghost by Jason Reynolds. That's it so far. Hi, Maria, Jennifer, and Andy, and Pam, and Betsy, and Shayna, and Ann, Emily, Katie, and Teresa. Hello, ladies. Hello, hello, hello. We may just have to. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We may just have to make it work if she doesn't come. Let's see. I I know. I hear you. I had to set this one up. Well, I offered to set this one up. She was super busy for the last few days, but she is the one who is like hosting, ultimately hosting Ballet Shoes. I did read it though, and so I think Katie and I are the only ones who actually read it. Jenna and Amanda tried. Well, I don't know if Amanda tried. I know Jenna tried 2 or 3 different times, or Amanda tried 2 or 3. One of them tried a few times and just couldn't get into it and wasn't willing to keep trying. So, and that's going to happen sometimes. So it should just be Katie and I tonight. We shall see. Did you guys all read it? At least at some point in your life? Oh man, you finished Shiver today. Nice, Teresa. Finished Ballet Shoes. Some carryovers from last year. Love that. The Wishing Game and the only oh my word, the only plane in the sky is so good. Were you able to listen to it at all or just read it in print, Andy? Because the audiobook for that is phenomenal. Started this month's book, Winter King. Nice. Finished No Exit, and now I'm reading. Ooh, No Exit is such a great winter read. It's a creepy, scary one, but takes place. It's great for wintertime. Makes you want to have snow almost. Yeah, to cleanse your palate, you need it. Finish Sci, A Wolf Called Wander, and The Mystery Guest. Marcy, reading books and knocking them off your TBR. I love it. Happy New Year, Erin. Divine Rivals. I think nothing but good about Divine Rivals. Definitely would love to read that this year. Cute, but not your fave. Yeah. Couldn't connect with any characters. Yeah, we'll definitely get into the book in a minute. We'll just give a few more minutes to see if Katie shows any sign of life. It's like putting kiddo town. It's time for putting her kiddos to bed because she's an hour earlier than me, so it's 8 o'clock. So, I did the right time, right? Was I supposed to do 9:30? Oh shoot, was I supposed to do 9:30 and I did 9 o'clock? I didn't check all the other ones. Oh my word. Maybe that's my fault. I'm gonna check. Oh goodness. I've always been a computer person. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, I'm not going to be able to tell what times they went live. And maybe it's my bad. We might just have to chit chat for a half hour. I'm not going to shut it down now that we're here, but oh man. Listen to Ballet Shoes in December while making Christmas cookies. Love it. Listen to the BBC audio. That's cool, with a full cast. Oh, I like that, Rhonda. Listen to Only Plane in the Sky. Yeah, it's so good on audio. Didn't get around to reading Ballet Shoes, but the shoe books are childhood favorites for me. I never knew about them when I was a kid that I can remember. Hi, Judy. 3 days in a row. We had a break yesterday. I was not on yesterday, but basically Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday. Yep. Bookstores and Bone Dust. Now reading Inheritance and Divine Rivals. Nice. Watch the adaptation. There's an adaptation. Ooh, I bet you I would like that. Is it on Disney Plus? Where can I find it? It was a reread, but found it to be about the same enjoyment. Cute and interesting, but not phenomenal or anything. While organizing the church library. Love the girls, but the story isn't a wow. Reading sprint for the next 30 minutes. I mean, that's not why we're here, but y'all are sprinters with me, so maybe we went. If I could just, I wish I just knew, but she's probably in with her daughter right now. Do we normally start at 9:30 or 8:30? Did I start early? All the others were at 8. Okay. That's good. Good to know. Thank you, Teresa. Ballet Shoes is the most classic, but I always love Circus Shoes best. Oh, fun. Also listen to the BBC full cast. Very cool. Well, I guess I don't have questions or anything because Katie was going to do that. And I thought not. Okay. Yeah. Let me see. It's just 10 after. Maybe we'll wait just 2 more minutes or so. On Freevee. What on earth is Freevee? I've never heard of that. I bet you I could find it on YouTube too, maybe. Sometimes you find the most random stuff on YouTube. How's everyone's day? How's your week, the first week of the year going? We'll just chat for another couple of minutes just to give Katie another second. And then we'll just dive in. We'll wing it. My week has been pretty good. Back to it. And my little dude that I normally don't start until noon, he's home from school this week. So I have him for full days, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So yesterday we went to the Children's Museum here in Richmond. And it was so much fun. He's at the perfect age. He's 3. And it's just the perfect age because everything was just still fun and new. I took him once before, but he was only 2 and a young, like early 2. And he still had fun, but we stayed mostly in the little toddler area. This time he could like run all around and yeah, it was very cool. We had so much fun. And it was a great way to pass the morning. I have to think of something for tomorrow. I'm not sure story times are back up at libraries yet. They might be going up next week. I'll have to double check. But I haven't taken him to a story time in a really long time. So that might be fun to do tomorrow. I've got to convince him usually. Or if it's nice out, we could go outside, do something outside too. What's it going to be tomorrow? No, the high is 45. Nope, that's maybe. We'll see. Free movie channel like Pluto or Roku. Okay, cool. I'll have to look it up. That's always the most fun, Teresa, deciding what to read next. It's on Pluto, Tubi, and Roku as well. Fun. Quiet and productive. That's good. Week has been good. Read 1 book with my eyes and 1 with my ears and started another ebook. Yay. I love that. I didn't read Ballet Shoes, but I did finish a carryover. The Perfect Christmas by Debbie. Same as you. 30 grand. Right. Seriously. It just took me out of the story. It just made it so unrelatable to me. Who pays 30 grand for a matchmaking service? I mean, I've seen episodes of Millionaire Matchmaker. I'm sure they pay something about that, but seriously, it's kind of ridiculous. Hurt my hip, avoiding getting hit by a car while walking. Oh no, Marcy. Yikes. I mean, I'm glad that you avoided getting hit, but I'm sorry that you hurt your hip. It's been great, Rhonda. Go back to school work tomorrow. Can't wait to share with your 4th grade students that you got engaged on Christmas Day. That's amazing. What a fun Christmas gift for you. Congratulations. Congratulations. The Key to My Heart or Agatha Christie short stories. What you just finished? Shiver, which is more, what is Shiver? Is that the Maggie Stiefvater one? Do you want more like The Key to My Heart? Is that the Leah something? Leah Loomis? What's her name? That's more kind of lighthearted. It's not. It deals with grief in that one too. If you're thinking of the same one. More romance might be a total different spin, and then Agatha Christie more mystery. I don't know. Put shaving cream in a glass of water. Give dropper in 2 small cups to... Put shaving cream in a glass of water. Give them a dropper in 2 small cups of different colored water, and they drop colored water onto the shaving cream. I love it. Entertain my just 3-year-old for 40 minutes. Oh, I love that. Too funny. Congrats, Rhonda. Yes. Hi, Bianca. No Shiver was a thriller by Allie Reynolds. Okay, so if you just did a thriller, maybe go to the romance and then come back to the mysteries. That's my vote. And we will go ahead and get started on our own. And like I said, for those of you who may have just walked in, I don't want to hopefully Katie's okay. I haven't heard from her. She was running the ship this month, and just meaning she was the one to come up with any kind of questions or directing our conversation tonight. But she's probably deep in the heart of putting kids to bed. Hopefully she'll pop on. But we will go ahead and get going talking about ballet shoes, since that's why we're here. And I want to try to keep it to an hour still. And it's super short. So, well, they're all middle grade. They're all relatively short. But I just want to try to still keep it to an hour. But we've already kind of shared a little bit. I am not somebody who read Ballet Shoes. Did I match the pink? Almost. I should have held it up when I was picking the pink. I didn't read these when I was little. I could have. They were written in the 1930s. But yeah, I don't think I even knew about them, which is crazy to me when I find things like that, because I was an avid reader as a kid. Avid, like oodles of books coming home from the library with me almost every week. So I definitely read a lot of books, but somehow didn't read these ones. And I feel like this would have appealed to me as a kid too. The cover of that may have had a different cover, but I don't know. I think as a whole, the book itself would have appealed to me more as a kid than it did now. Potentially, as I said in my wrap up that went up today, potentially just my time of like where my brain was at over the last couple of weeks. I did listen to this on audio. It was not the full cast. That would have been more fun, I think. But I found it to be slow paced. And while the story had potential for me to like it, especially I love books with orphan main characters. I love found family. There were characters that were funny. There were characters that were quirky. There were lovable characters. Like there was so much about it to like, but somehow it just didn't land for me. So let's just start with, what did you like about it? Whether you loved it or just thought it was okay, what are some things that you really did think went well for you in this book, whether it's characters or pacing or what did you like about it? I read it today. I love it. Yeah, same. That's how I learned about it too. Through You've Got Mail. That's so funny. Congratulations, Rhonda. I did not read as a kid. Did not read much middle grade. Yeah. It was quirky. Mm-hmm. I wonder. It's possible. It's possible. Why? Why do you think it's more upper elementary? I'm curious. Because I feel like this could have. I feel like I could easily give this to a younger kid as well. I don't know. It seemed like I should like it, but it didn't stick the link. Yeah, it felt like there was a lot of elements that normally do work for me. Danced for 20 years, starting at 5 years old, so I would have loved those scenes like I did now. Great. I love that, Shayna. I don't know. 2 other shoe books just because of You Got Mail. Yeah, same. Liked the found family, the necklaces, the neighbor guy. How he found all the babies and brought them home. I love that. Put down a You've Got Mail inspired book to switch over to this one for the moment. Liked the production on the audiobook, but it still felt choppy. I think that's part of it. I don't always love, but it didn't feel like a day in the life. It definitely felt like there was a storyline. I don't know. Didn't like how he left them for years. Yeah, we'll get to more things that we didn't like, but quirky boarders living in the house. Yes, I loved the older ladies, the professor ladies were fun. I just felt like there was so much describing of things and I missed the story. The girls kind of annoyed me. Did like the idea of them just wanting to always help the family. Yeah. Personalities of the girls and how that was nurtured. Mm-hmm. The dad found the girls. Ooh, interesting. I wonder. Girls working in entertainment made me think of Shirley Temple and Judy Garland. Yeah. At that time period? Sure. Because they could start as soon as they were 12, right? I don't know. I still think it could be. We're gonna have to agree to disagree on this one, Pam. I do think that younger kids would still like this one. Didn't show the dark side of that life. No, not at all. Not at all. Yep. And how was the dancer? Loved the found family, the quirky uncle, the fact that the girls had such different personalities in their education. I did love that as well, how it was really important. How I think once it was pointed out the lack, it was super important that the girls have a good education. I did like that as well. I liked how Petrova liked to work on cars. That seemed advanced for the 1930s. Yeah. And fun that she had a border, was it the Edwards family? Mr. Edwards, was that his name? Who kind of took her under his wing and gave her an opportunity to do that. He brought him once he decided to stay and had his shop, would bring her on Sundays to do what she loved to do, which I did like that. Children's classics often have very closed chapters. Yeah. Each chapter or two is a complete story. I think that's right, Libby. I feel like you're nailing that on the head. Like, it's not like a day in the life, but it's like a bunch of stories all combined, and it has a progression, but it makes it feel a little choppier because it doesn't flow as well for me, I guess. Yeah, I agree. And here we are, adults reading it, so it could be for anybody, right? The two doctors, tutors, yes. Petrova of the girls. That's a good question. Which girl did you like the best? So we've got Pauline, Posey, and Petrova. Practical Petrova. Pauline, the all-around triple threat. Although, was she the one that can't really sing? I don't know. The destined for the movies. Posey is a born dancer, and Petrova is the engineer. She wants to work with cars and planes, ultimately. I think you're right. You're right. Upper elementary would be the same or just below. Like 8, usually middle grade age range is 8 to 14. So it's such a broad range anyway. Yeah. I think of the 3, Posey was, I think I liked Petrova too. Practical Petrova. I love that it says that. Posey had a couple lines in there that I was like, really? But she's the baby, the youngest. I have a little hot cocoa with some Baileys today. I was feeling really chilly earlier. Petrova's a fave. Love chapters. Probably made a good reading for your children before bed. Yeah, that's true. Her attitude more than interest. Gotcha. Close chapters. Yes. Related to Petrova and wanting to work on cars and more tomboy type activities. I know I would have never been excited about going to dance, like learning how to dance. That was not ever my thing. I think I did gymnastics for one session and I was like, nah, I'm out. Pauline really cared about the family. Yeah. Kept the others kind of in line. Yeah, was the responsible one. Did her duty to help, even though she did not like it. Liked her sacrifice. Love that. Someone mentioned earlier they didn't like that the uncle wouldn't, like, he wasn't really in the story at all. He was gone the whole time and just showed up at the end. I didn't care for that at all, really. It was just he wasn't really he was a character in that he's the one that put this family together. But I don't know. It felt very irresponsible to me. And yet he didn't, that's right. He didn't hesitate to give him a home. He saw the need and he met it. But in such a like distant way, closed off. I don't know. Cause he just kind of dropped him off and was like, here you go, raise these babies. Oh my gosh. I felt so bad for that girl too. Oh, it just happened again and again. At least twice, right? I think just the 2 times towards the end. Like, oh, when she showed up after the sister just got that part, and I was like, oh man, here she goes again. Her poor family has so many kids and her hand-me-down clothes, and yeah, I felt for her too. When I was a girl, I was in the Nutcracker every year. That's cool. That's a fun connection. I wanted to know more. Yeah. We need like a side story, traveling shoes, boat shoes or something. Story of the uncle. I did too. I did one session of gymnastics and quick because I was the only one who couldn't do the splits. I never could do the splits. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. It was bizarre, wasn't it? I just thought it was so bizarre. But he was kind of put on a pedestal by the girls, not so much by, is it his niece? I forget her name. And the housekeeper, their blinders were not on when it came to the uncle. They knew. I mean, they had been scraping by for years because he just kind of left them. But the girls kind of always held him. He gave them the necklace. I don't know. They just kind of held him in a like this ethereal, like strange place in their minds. Although I don't think that he occupied much. There's too much else going on. Children back then was to be seen and not heard. The uncle was probably true to the times. I'm curious about this too, because I know there's at least theater shoes and dancing shoes, which makes me think, I mean, ballet is dancing. I don't know. Theater would be Pauline, possibly. But then there's circus shoes, isn't there? Skating shoes. I feel like there's a whole bunch of them. I don't think they just stick with these three girls, but I haven't read them, so I don't know. Somebody who's read them. Traveling shoe, only one shoe because he lost a leg. I forgot about that. The Fossil Girls make a cameo. They are older by then. Okay. Men in their 30s were more providers. Yeah, I get that, but I mean, he's not even there at all. The chapters about the plays were too long. Yeah, I felt that way, especially the one that was described from like beginning to end. I'm like, oh my word. I don't care about this play. I definitely felt bored during that chapter or chapters, Teresa. I was never a theater kid or a dancing kid. So maybe those of you who were might have liked them better. I don't know. Yeah, when he came back after years and years. And they ran out of money because he was only supposed to be gone 5 years, right? I mean, that's why the girls were sticking it out through dancing school anyway to help the family because they could start working. Different groups of orphan children. Okay, cool. I mean, I don't honestly think that I will read any more of them, but he could have written a postcard, sent some money, right? Come on. Come on, Uncle, get your act together. You can be distant, but send us some money, please. Did Noel Streatfield have a background in theater? I don't know. I sped up those chapters on the audio. Ha! I love it, Jennifer. Yeah, I was a theater kid all the way to high school, and I got bored by the theater chapters. It was just a lot. Thanks, Libby. That's funny. I already listened pretty quickly. I'm not sure I would have understood if I go any faster. Oh man, that's too much. I will say it was a nice, sweet, kind of low stakes read for December. So I was okay with that. I just was ultimately a little bored. And I don't feel like there was much to take away. There weren't a lot of, I mean, life lessons or good quotes or standout characters. Like I feel like across the board, like it was good, but it wasn't fantastic for me. Postcards from the uncle would have been fun to have. For sure. It's going to my pango pile, which is overflowing, but I like that they showed different types of girls. I mean, especially Petrova's character, because I'm sure when this first came out, there were girls who didn't feel like they fit in. So to have a character like that was good. Yeah. I started saying that before I saw your comment, but we're on the same wavelength. I agree. It's we are in the same mindset, I think. What did everybody rate it? I think I gave it a 3. If I'm honest, it was probably more of a 2.5 for me. Like on Goodreads, I think 2 is like okay. But I usually give 3s my okay. But I feel like this is less enjoyment than some 3s. I don't know. I would be interested in watching the adaptation though, honestly. Oh, you found it already. Sweet. I'm curious about that too. Maybe because it's a classic, but it's not a well-known, so it might be hard to find in the store. Because that was the thing, right? The owner or the salesperson didn't know where to find it in the store, um, and so she or, like, didn't even recognize the name of it, so it was kind of obscure, but it just pointed out how knowledgeable Meg Ryan was. And she didn't listen to the BBC audio. Well done, but the girl's voices got annoying. Oh, no. 4 stars for you, and you will read more. Oh, good. 4, 2.5. Probably more like a 3. Yeah, I think that's 2.5 rounded up to a 3 is me. I think I gave it 3, 3.5. Had potential, but wanted more. It's so true, Libby. You're so right about that. And I think that's why I love reading middle grade, because there's just some fantastic stories, fantastic writing. Like I love reading middle grade. And it is good to kind of go in and like I'm reading through all the Newberries eventually. And so to read some of the older Newbery books, I feel the same way. Like, why did this win a Newbery? But that's because I've read so much more modern day middle grade literature that does appeal to me more as an adult reader of middle grade, that because of its complexity, and it doesn't speak down to, not down to kids, but whereas I feel like this is simple sentences, simple sentence structure. Like there are definitely positives about it, but it's pretty easy, I guess, and simple, much simpler than some of the things we can read today. But yeah, 3.5, sweet, but not stellar. True, all around. Love it. I don't have any other questions. I don't even know if I really remember the whole book. As you guys brought stuff up, I'm like, oh yeah, but it just was a rough. Oh, it's funny. I didn't realize that in the story, like the play is actually written out in the print book. I just listened to it on audio. I didn't even open the book. That's funny. Cool. And there's things like the application. What is that? London County Council application for license. Huh. That's kind of cool. Are there more things? I saw a letter from. There was a letter written out in handwriting. I think that's it. There's a few things. That's fun. It would be good for struggling readers. With the uncle coming back, was that the ending? I don't even remember. I'm pretty sure that's when the uncle came back, right? Made a plan for their future. That would have been cool. With all the description, it would have been fun to have a little more description of their. I mean, we got their general features, but not too much clothing. Oh yeah, it's real good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Could see how this book could inspire someone like Julie Andrews to go into acting. Fun. Favorite quote was from Pauline. We almost didn't choose Posey to be a fossil. She was little and stupid then, but she's all right now. I love it. Oh, that's right. That's such a good quote. Oh, it has. Well, here's the question that's at the last sentence says, I wonder, Petrova looked up, if other girls had to be one of us, which of us they'd choose to be. It's right. They're all going to go somewhere different. Posey's going to Czechoslovakia to dance with the dance master. Petrova, what's she doing again? Oh yeah, Sylvia and Nana are just kind of going with the two of the girls. Cool. I don't know if it did, but I think her memoir she talks about liking stories about kids becoming performers. Oh, Julie Andrews. Nice. Pauline's going to be a film star. Posey's going dancing. Petrova's going to go work on cars, planes, right? Yeah. I liked how the theater manager handled Pauline and her big head. He humbled her but did not humiliate her. That's so true. That was a good scene or like storyline. I liked that as well. Working on planes or something. I know. I apologize for this whole thing. I hope Katie's okay, and I hope her kids are okay. Oop, I just got a text. Oh man, bless her heart. I think she just totally forgot. That's okay. It's this time of year. We all completely forgot last week. It was Thursday, and Katie got on thinking, and it was that evening. We're like, nope, you missed it. We all missed it. It was supposed to be last night. But that's okay. we make do. You guys are gracious. It's always just fun to chat books with you guys. I love it. Can I share with you a gift that I received today from one of my families? This is totally not at all related, but it's bookish. So one of my nanny families, my Monday, Wednesday family, gave me my Christmas gift today. And it's stunning. I love it. It's one of those things you just like save a book on your nightstand, though. There's a place to put your glasses and a drink. I love it so much. It's like sturdy wood. It's heavy. This one says save my spot, and on the other side it's to be continued. I love it so much. I love it so much. I don't know where I'm going to put it yet because I don't exactly have a nightstand in my bedroom. That's the perfect place for it. I do have a little stand in here, but it's cluttered right now with tissues and pens and an Alexa Dot, like an Echo Dot, and my tea glass from the other day and my broken TBR jar. But it's so pretty. I need to make it work. The company, in case you're curious, it's called Uncommon Goods is the name of the company, and this is the Book Nook Reading Ballet. An uncommon original created by our in-house team and only available at Uncommon Goods. uncommongoods.com/originals. Made in India. So if you're curious, you can look that up. I love it. Santa missed my house, Jill says. Gorgeous. Too funny. All right. Well, she thought today was Tuesday, which makes sense because Monday was a holiday, and so everything is pushed back a day. No worries. No worries. No worries. I winged it. Winged it? Wung it? So next month we are, or not next month, this month. Let me put this down. I need to give that a topper. It's not hot anymore. We have this one, The Winter King by Christine Cohen. And this is going to be fantasy, which I don't think we've really, oh, I just bonked my chin. I don't think we've really done fantasy for our, we did Ogres and the Orphans, kind of fantasy-esque. Yeah, so it'll be fun to do this. And it just looks really nice and wintry on the cover. I love it. So this discussion will be, let me give you the exact date. Oh, January 31st is a Wednesday. So that will be our book discussion, January 31st. It'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern. And it will be our last one for this year's round of book club books. So because we're taking February off, we've already started talking about middle grade March, but in February we do a lot more. So we will not have a book in February. We will have a book for March. And let me tell you, we're already started talking about it, and I've got a couple of our options out from the library today and read the first couple chapters of one, and I love it. So I'm very excited about the potential for our group read for March. Then April will also take off, and we're not sure if we're going to do this again next year, but if we do, it would start up again in May. So this is the last one for the first year of the Middle Grade March Book Club. So hope you can join us. We had a lot of fun picking books this year. And I think overall, they were mostly really good hits. I would say even that Ballet Shoes is probably the least, like, knock it out of the park that we've had. Like, it was good, but I think the other ones had a much higher reception rating, overall rating, average rating from people. But yeah. You could prop an iPad on your, oh yeah, you could. You totally could. Excited to read it. It's only an Amazon book. Couldn't get it at the library. Okay. I'm not a big fantasy person, so I'll see you all for Middle Grade March. Teresa, you could try. Just kidding. Now I know I have Winter King on my Kindle. That's so funny. Looks amazing. Just having trouble getting it. I think it's, yeah, only, it's Cannonball Books. I don't know. I just went ahead and bought it because I think it was only like $10. But I understand that's not an option for everybody. But I think you're right. I'm not sure that it has an audiobook. I'll have to look it up. But I'm glad that you enjoyed them. It's on Kindle Unlimited. Making my list in my book journal for Middle Grade March ideas. Oh yeah, Christine Cohen, Cohen, is the author. Yes, thank you, Marcy. My book arrived today. I love it. It's over 20 in Canada. Oh, bummer. I'm sorry. Well, I mean, if you've never done Kindle Unlimited, you usually get a free month to try it. Usually you get a sample or a 7-day period or something. You usually have a free trial for Kindle Unlimited, and then you can read it there as an option for free. Only place you could find it was Audible. Okay, bummer. Although I did get a thing in the mail for Jordan that he has 9 Audible credits that he has not used. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to use his Audible credits. Although I don't know if I have his login or anything. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but oh dear. Looking forward to the Winter King. Not big into fantasy. It's good to try, right? And I guess with a middle grade, it's usually quicker and I don't know, hopefully really good. A village trapped in winter, a tyrannical god, and a girl who will do anything to keep her family alive. Stirring and lovely, a tale of courage, marinated in deep truth and laced with echoes of Till We Have Faces, which is a C.S. Lewis book, which I've never read, but I know what that is. This is exactly the kind of book I want to fill my family shelves with. That's just a blurb. I love the words stirring and lovely. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not a fantasy reader. Started this one, enjoying it so far. Good. Way to bust out of your comfort zone, Christine. Good job. I'm proud of you. All right, friends. I'm going to end a little early. Oh, she'll just have to save it. She did some background research on Noel Streatfield. Had good questions. Okay, no worries. She's I won't blame you if you're angry. I'm not angry at all. It is what it is. It's life. But thank you guys for popping in and winging it with me. Sorry, that's just how it is this time of year. But you guys are the best and always so understanding. And I'm glad that you're here. And it was always fun to chat books with you, hear your different perspectives. I just appreciate that so much. It's fun. Like BookTube to me is just so fun because reading is such an individual activity, right? We do it alone in our houses, but having BookTube and things like this make it a community. And that's just so cool. Allow for connection. And I love that so much. I love it so much. So thanks guys for hanging out with me tonight. And I hope that you have a great rest of your first week of the year and look forward to chatting with you very soon. All right. Take care, everyone.